Right here.
Oh, wow, okay. Are you from the bar?
What's up, man?
I'm Keenan.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Kaden.
Nice to meet you. Nice. Wow, you guys got a nice high school over here.
Yeah, we just got the auditorium redone a couple.
We also have like moments of levity. You can use that as an opportunity to show, another side
What's
of the
up?
content that you're presenting. Whatever genre you're filming.
Hey, guys.
That's your last. Well, if you really enjoyed this video, pull the like or subscribe. And if you really enjoyed it, you can share it with your friends or your grandma or something. And that's all I got for you, D4Darious.
What's up, guys? Don't be shy. You can say hi.
Here's our special guest, Darious Britt, who you just saw on screen. Anybody off the top of your heads have any questions for Darious?
No question is too dumb or too smart. What's up?
How long ago did you start your YouTube channel?
About a year and a half ago.
So if you could like have any other job in the world, like would you pick it or would you still do what you're doing
YouTube?
now? Like pursuing film and stuff
Oh,
like that.
definitely. I love it. I love writing, directing, producing, acting, editing. I love the whole process. I'm totally in it by choice. I was in the military. I was a jet mechanic, and I got out of that to do this. I have a few friends who, really smart guys. One of them had like an engineering degree or something and left that to do film. And the thing about it is, it's like any other passion. You're not going to be happy unless you're doing it.
So what's the best piece of advice you would give to someone who's trying to make a name for themselves?
Go to YouTube. Go to Vimeo. Exactly that. Like, get on Twitter. Learn how to use Twitter. Learn how to use Facebook. Learn how to use Instagram. Learn how to use all of these mediums to get yourself found. Because the deals that are happening for YouTubers right now. They're not happening for people going to festivals. Like, YouTubers are getting picture deals with Lionsgate. People they're proving their market value with their stats. Like, look at my videos. I have over, 150 million views on my videos. People know who I am. That attracts Hollywood. That attracts business. Business goes after money, and if they smell that you have talent and people want to see what you do, they'll come knocking on your door. And by far, that's always been the best way to start a career, is to do something on your own first, improve your merit, and then have the business come to you. They tend to treat you better when they find you, as opposed to you going to them hat in hand saying, hey, I got the script, or can you please make it? I promise I'll make you money. I'll promise people will see it. But they have nothing to go by except your word, and you have no track record. So they tend to give you really crappy deals because they're like, who are you? I'm doing you a favor, whereas when it's the other way around and you prove your own market value and you say, hey, people want to see what I do, and you know it, and that's why you're talking to me, they tend to be a little more flexible with their arrangements, So we'll sweep this way. So we'll start with you.
What brands for like cameras and tripods do you recommend for using for?
When you're starting out, the best brand is any camera you can get your hands on. I wouldn't get wrapped up into the technical, Joneses, so to speak, and all the specs.
How important is the camera and the equipment?
It's not the tools, it's the craftsmen. There are far more important things, in my opinion, than your camera. Like acting, way more important. Sound, way more important. Like you can have a very pretty image, but if your sound quality is not good, people will think you're an amateur and they'll just zone out. It's the number one thing that ejects fans or people from watching your movie is the sound quality, number one. And lighting's another huge one. You can have a really nice camera, but if you're not lighting what you're shooting, it's gonna look like crap. It's just gonna look like crap. Location, production design, that is way more important than the camera. If you have a photogenic location and you have photogenic faces, they don't have to be pretty faces, they just need to be photogenic. Like, just forgot his name. No, he's got the lazy eye. Forrest Whitaker, yeah. He is not an attractive man, and I think he knows it. I think everybody knows it. But he's interesting to look at. When you look at him, you're like, wow, that guy's ugly, but, So you just need something interesting, photogenic, and when it comes to making films, usually directors who are very visual, they're always looking for something interesting to point a camera at. I mean, I could shoot a movie with this if I wanted to. And it has obvious limitations. You know, I can't change lenses. There's a lot of manual functionality I can't control. But if I knew that this is all that I had, then I'm going to accept those limitations and I'm going to work around them. You know, for the feature film that I shot, Unsound, we shot that with the Canon 60D. Now, most people will say, oh, you can't shoot a film with that. You can't shoot a film with a T3i or T2i. Yes, you can. Lots of people have made amazing films with it. When you hear that, it's usually tech heads talking stuff like that, you know. They have to have the highest this, the highest in that. You don't really need that. I mean, there are films touring Fest Circuit right now that were shot on iPhones. I've seen some really awful looking movies that weren't shot very well, but the core of the movie resonated with an audience, you know. People cared about what the movie was about or the web series was about, and so they did well. And the good thing about that is you can start off low with low quality stuff and work your way up, you know. Because what's more important is kind of building that following, getting all your other ducks in a row. Because then when you start building that following and you start getting better and better, but you're making good content though, then you can get all that higher end stuff.
What's the most frustrating part about being a YouTuber?
Sometimes you get nasty comments, but I think that comes with the territory. There's some real trolls out there, man. I just had someone the other day, this guy, every once in a while he'll jump on my channel, and I think what it is he's another African American guy. He had some ridiculous name. So anyways, the first time he came onto my channel, he made these really weird comments, and I couldn't tell if he was being serious or if he was joking. He's like, your camera work's horrible. Oh, I really like this shot you did, but could you please chill with the camera work? It makes me want to vomit. And I'm like, who does that? Like, so then I looked at his channel and I was like, what is this guy, you know? I put two and two together and I'm like, I think what he's doing is he's trying to purposefully leave really nasty comments so that people who are reading the comments will see that and they'll be like, well, who is this guy? And then click on his channel like I did. And he has like no subscribers and like 300 videos. So basically he just cranks out videos that nobody wants to see. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not even gonna entertain it. Not gonna comment back. I'm not gonna get into that whole shebang. So he left another comment, and I had just done this short film breakdown about this short film called Juniper Crescent. Kind of a chick flick, you know. And I had mentioned that in my review, and so then he writes on my video, how dare you review a chick flick or something, like, that's just obnoxious. What kind of reviewer are you? Oh, by the way, unsubscribe. And I was like, really? You're that desperate? And so I just blocked him after that. It's kind of like, you know, celebrities in the press, they'll knock down another celebrity just to get publicity. You know, oh, did you see what so-and-so said? And then everybody's like, what is this person about? And then you look them up. But the problem with that is there's no merit to it. Like people, you may get somebody's attention for that split second, but then after that, when they see your hot air and you don't have any talent, nothing's going on, then you lose them again. So what's the point of even doing that? That's kind of frustrating, but it's also very entertaining, man. I had one guy go in there and he called me a crackhead or something. Nothing about me looks like a crackhead. Like, where does that come from, you know? Now this guy, so he does a video, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he does a video. He turns the camera on. He's like, so, you know, this YouTube thing, people are saying I should try it, and you know, I guess I will. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but you know, why not? I figured I'd give it a try. So this is me doing my first YouTube video. 2 weeks later, 500 subscribers. Then he does a video and he's like, well, I guess you guys, I don't know what I did, but I guess you guys liked it. So so here I am again, you know, this is kind of cool. I didn't know people would watch this. I'm so amazed. 2 weeks later, 5,000 subscribers. Oh, wow. So I guess I really have something here. So I'm going to face paint today, you know, and then like 2 years later, he's like 2.5 million, you know. It was ridiculous how quickly he just skyrocketed into the stratosphere. And what it was is he looked good. He was a good-looking guy. I wouldn't even say he was very charming. He wasn't really funny. He just had a look, and it just caught fire. Because if you look through his comments, all women. All women. Like, literally all women. It's like, oh, had a great day today. Oh, couldn't wait home to watch your video. You're so cute. Oh, I wish I was on that plane with you. You know, it was like, all women. And I was like, oh. But I would not try to start a channel selling your looks, because that's very unpredictable. Like I said, there are some people who are gorgeous and just nothing happens. Thanks, guys. Yeah, those are good.
Nice image. I mean, it's great for them to work
UV
with.
filters on here.
Yeah.
Those are good for starting.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still do some good, serious stuff with that.
We're going to talk about the pros and cons of going to film school, the alternatives of film school, and I'll talk about my experience.
What's up, guys?
And filmmaker. Got a great response for his film.
So, how many of you in here want to be writers? What's up, guys? So, it's okay, you can say hi. I got a couple highs back there. Hey, what up? How you doing over there? How about edit? How many editors we have in the room? Oh, there we go. We got some editors in the house. Animator? Oh, yeah, yep. You got your work cut out for you. Animation's tough.
Professional people help you out, or did you get like friends, or like both?
All professional means is you're being paid for it. We were all experienced. I mean, we'd worked on expensive sets, cheap sets, commercials. I mean, I'd worked on so many sets before I graduated that when I wrote the feature, I knew exactly what I was writing. Like, I knew how I was going to shoot it when I was writing it. But that's because I've lit sets, I've done sound, I've done audio. I know how to do set design. I knew all of the different aspects of filmmaking, and that helped me write it in a way that was affordable. It's not to say you can't have car chases. It's just if you have the resources for that, then sure, But if you don't, it gets a little tricky. Yeah, if you don't plan on shooting it, then great, write it. But if you are planning on shooting it, then you should probably scale back and economize. How do I say more with less? Now, if you're just practicing the craft of screenwriting, then write whatever you want. If you're just practicing.
Did you cast people that had no experience with film background, or people with more experience?
Both. When you're resource filmmaking or when you're working with shoestrings for a budget, a lot of the people who acted in it, I had seen them act before. So, like for instance, my cinematographer, I knew he could act because when I was going through film school, we took an acting class together and how to direct actors together. So I knew his range. Single most important advice working with actors, non-actors, write to their personalities. If you're always quiet, I'm gonna write you a quiet role where you're just like, you're there and you're talking and you're just assessing the room all the time. If that's what you're good at, you know what I mean? If somebody's naturally flirtatious, we all have friends and some of them are just really charming and charismatic, and you always think they're flirting with you when they're not. Write that in there, because then they're gonna give you exactly that, and you don't have to work for it. And then I had some professional actors as well. I had actors that I had worked with before on sets, and I had seen them on every set we were working. They were always acting, and so I knew that they had really good work ethic, and we were good friends, so I wrote the meatier parts for them. And then, that's how we handled casting. We got selfie stick action happening. Woo. Nice.
All right, 5,
4, 3, smile.
Signs of analysis of like what's happening in there. Why are these?
Thank you.
There's carne asada.
Avoids the smiling man. Smiling man stalks and terrifies the protagonist. Climax. The smiling man chases the protag. Protag runs. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Everybody had lunch. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Yeah? See some happy face. You feel awkward? No, don't feel awkward. It's okay, I don't bite. Does anybody have any questions first that they were wanting to ask about industry or?
Well, just a quick question about your Unsound movie. How many crew members do you have?
There were points on this film where I was the only crew member. I was the sound guy, I was the camera guy, and I was the actor in front of the camera. It's crazy. That was really bizarre. But that was only one moment. When everybody else was gone, it was Christmas, and I just wanted to get some things done on my own. And then at most, we had maybe 14 people. So it just depended on what it was, depending on what we were doing too.
Do you like working with bigger or smaller groups?
It depends on the project.
I gotta go down and visit your car out here.
Yep.
I can see you tonight at the party,
All right.
maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for everything, man. I totally appreciate it.
No problems. It was fun, man.
Okay, I'll see you.
All right.